This is the best start we've had yet in the Washington Commanders replacement squad series. Season 3 has started 2-0 with a big help to our new quarterback, 97 overall, but just a lot of new guys in general have come in and really are helping us out. We had a big win last episode against the Ravens, 30-9. Dominant win, but we have had struggles when we face a dominant pass rusher. And with the Browns in today's episode and Myles Garrett, we'll see how much havoc he can cause. Hopefully, we'll find ways around it, and luckily we have a quarterback with some speed to run away. But we also have a breakout opportunity for a linebacker. And this one will be for Akeem Davis-Gaither, who has been really good in his limited time with the team. So to get him up to star dev, we either have to hold the Brown to less than 250 total yards, or Davis-Gaither himself will need to get either one forced fumble, interception, tackle for a loss, or sack, which hopefully he can do pretty easily. So let's get on into the game, see if we can get a win and a development boost. And it will be offense up first as they kick this one off. We will have a return with Manny Fox. Kickoff doesn't even get back further than the 5, and we'll be starting up at the 29. And if I remember correctly, Garrett does kind of move around a fair bit, so we'll need to keep an eye on where he is lined up pretty much at all times. Hand the ball off here with Borgie, who'll start us off with a 3-yard rush. And on 2nd and 7, let's try a little bit of some RPO here. Either go with the stretch, and yeah, let's go with the stretch, although Garrett already gonna get a tackle for loss. Probably should have went to the bubble on the other side. Might have actually been at least gain of 0, would have been better. So 3rd and 13, Garrett still on that right-hand side. How about we go with a little bit of some play action? This play has worked out pretty well for us as Osborne just keeps getting open. He's been amazing for us to start this season. 100% has been James Cody's #1 receiver, our favorite receiver. We're trying to get Brown and Ross involved. Not sure exactly how well that combination is going to work, and we've talked about it previously. But essentially, they both play the same style of game. They're both a more physical guy, and having two of them may not fit with our offense as we try to go with the read option. Well, it's a read option RPO. Doesn't go anywhere. So we'll have another 3rd and long here. This one 3rd and 8, so at least more manageable than the previous. Still have the trips to that left-hand side. Going to flood one side of the field. We have another receiver open. This one's going to be Justin Ross with his first catch of the day. Gets us down to the 22. Yeah, just trying to, again, continue to work with this offense until we can find a good balance between traditional running with the running backs, James Cody as well, and then trying to make sure we get all of our receiving targets some passes. I mean, Campbell as well at tight end can be really good for us. Let's go with apparently not a pass out to Justin Ross as Garrett swats that one down in our face. And once again, we're left with another 3rd and long, another 3rd and 8 as we come out spread here. We're going to go with the jet sweep. See if we can get Osborne to the edge, which we do have some good blocks from our receivers. Osborne will get the first down and a few extra, plus a late flag comes in. That one ends up getting called on Isaiah Simmons with the late hit, and we'll stay spread here and try to go with a quarterback draw. Down the middle, Cody gets swallowed up. Nice job from big number 96, Elliott. But why not keep him spread here? That way we have a scramble opportunity if it presents itself. Although Garrett gonna come in and force the fumble. We dive and eventually get the ankles. Talked about it at the beginning. Problems stopping premier edge rushers. And this time he comes in and ends our drive. As for the Browns offense, still have Watson, still have Chubb. So we'll have to definitely try to stop the rushing game as Njoku injured for them play 1 of offense. Wouldn't say it looked all too serious as he got up pretty quickly, but still something that might go in our favor. Tight ends have been a little bit of a struggle for us as Chubb, with a toss to the outside, fights through multiple tacklers and gets the first. keeping this offense from getting 250 plus yards will be really difficult. So we're going to need Gaithers to actually, get one of the stats he needs. It'd probably be the safest bet. But the Browns offense moving pretty well so far. Granted, we were moving pretty well until the fumble. Have a couple different options. Watson going to take a hit there from Davis Gaithers. Holds on to the ball. After the gain of 4, come out with a weak eye. They'll run it to the strong side. A big hit there from Muse. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And on 3rd and 6, can we time up a Shakatoni blitz? No, comes from the opposite side. Ball gets out, but Amadi knocks it away. Should be forcing possibly a punt. Or instead, they line up to go for it. 4th and 6, too close to punt, but too far to take the field goal instead. Inaccurate throw, turnover on downs. So through 2 possessions, neither side getting any points. Now here's this play that I've ran a couple times and I haven't loved it, and they're counting that as a fumble? He threw it forward. I'm gonna need to see an instant replay of that. So Cody takes a snap here, play action, throws it, and where he's standing is at the 41. Ball essentially goes straight down. I mean, maybe you could argue it goes back like an inch. That's just unfortunate. Not a great start for us. 2 turnovers, 2 fumbles early on, arguably one of them not a fumble, but can't change it now. Also, Njoku back in the game as they break a tackle and into the end zone. Cooper. Wow. Just from bad to worse as the Browns capitalize off their second forced turnover in the first quarter alone. Borghi, he'll get the handoff and at least we'll gain some yards on this play. Then on 2nd and 5, change up the formation a little bit. Have trips out to the right-hand side, 1 lone to the left. Do we have an out route? Probably did, but didn't like the underneath coverage. We'll dump this one off Bo Melton, who will get the first down. This one of the many different formations we have that does not utilize the tight end. I feel like we might need to mess with the playbook a little bit here. Actually roll out, try to get that one to Bo Melton, who gets the catch. I'll tell you what, in both this series and the Jets, or not Jets, but the Northeast only challenge, Bo Melton has come to play. May not be a very highly rated player, but he makes some good plays. As that also sends us into the second quarter. First quarter ends, we're down 7-0. Now last time we were down here, had a turnover. Also on the other drive that didn't end down here was also a turnover. How is this one going to end? Looks like we're going to need a scramble. James Cody has a bunch of space. One guy to beat will dip out of bounds. Take the safe choice there. We fumbled a lot to start the game. Just make sure we maintain possession. Could we have tried to juke? Yes. Just didn't want to risk it. But we will go with a little bit of some read option here. Down towards the goal line. There's a juke. Broken tackle. Stiff arm. And in. James Cody makes up for his early turnovers and gets this game tied back up at 7. And if I'm not mistaken, that is a rushing touchdown in each of the starts for James Cody. So that's a streak of 3. See if we could expand that as the season goes along. And how about you guys keep running to the outside as Watson not going to get by Amadi. Though having saying that, still a fantastic run and scramble there from Watson. We've matched up a lot with some running quarterbacks early on in this season, as here goes Chubb. Will get by J.R. Reed and everyone else on defense. Browns immediately retake their lead. The run stopping on defense continues to be a problem for us, and we just haven't been able to find someone to put in the middle to really help us out there. Luckily on offense, though, we can run the ball, so there's at least one part of our team that could do something with a run. And on 2nd and 3, how about a little bit of some deep pass, possibly, or we just dump this one off instead. Borghi will get the catch, and close to the first, marked a little shy. But we could go ahead and bring out Turbin and the goal line offense, even though we are well far away. Try to convert here on 3rd and short with some lead blocks. There's a gigantic lane for Turbin, and we're going to tie this game with an immediate answer off of a big run from the Browns to tie this thing up. Turbin breaks off, what was that, like a 60, 65 yarder? This one might just come down to a battle of which run game is going to help out their offense the most, or what defense finally makes the plays needed. They have two pulling guards, or pulling O-linemen. Helps lead the way for an 8-yard rush. Chubb only 5 carries, but 80 yards on the day and a touchdown. As they stay out with a more run-heavy look. Go to the right side. Big hit there from Gaither, but still gain a yard, so still missing that tackle for loss. And on 3rd and 1, we're going to gamble with a rush down the middle, which they do go, and a great play there from Cashman. Tried to take out the fullback, whiffed on the fullback, but then just happened to be there to trip up Chubb. Will be a loss of 2 and a forced punt. Well, that was a great job from our defense to bounce back after a slow start, to say the least. Now, offense has an opportunity to grab a lead here, as we do get a little bit of separation right off the snap, but not much after it. And that is the prime reason that I'm worried about having Ross and Brown both on the outside. Try to set up the screen pass here. We have some blocks. Bo Melton will get to the outside. Spin move, a little too slow. Try to get back on the inside, but a good tackle there by Royals. Just feel like this team is missing that downfield threat. We have the physical, we have the slot, but we just don't have a downfield target. And hopefully that's not something we're going to come to miss, as Bo Melton can't find that one. Going to be picked off by Ward. Escorted out of bounds at the 48. Great play there from Ward. Thought that was going to open up down the sideline. He came crashing down. And that'll go as our 3rd turnover on the day. So not a great start from James Cody in that department. Need to definitely clean up the turnovers, although that happens a lot with these speedy guys, and a poor angle from J.R. Reed. And we really might need to find an answer quick at that strong safety spot. Well, at least one thing is for sure. We've had a lot of offense in this game. Haven't had a lot of defense, and that really goes for either side. Granted, saying that the Browns do still have forced those 3 turnovers. But we've answered back from those turnovers fairly quickly as well. Maybe look for an in route here from Campbell. Get someone going over to this left-hand side. There's just not much there. Gonna have to throw away, and then a late hit for sure, but no flag. James Cody still trying to get some help from the refs, because we've been getting a lot of those late hits, but the refs just don't seem to be calling anything with it. And he has to scramble again. He will get this one out to Borghi, but Borghi will drop and we'll punt. Well, defense, we're going to have to ask you to step up here. Keep this a 1-score game. Give our offense another shot here before halftime, as we do a okay job. Not really even okay, but at least we don't give up the first down rush on play 1 of the drive. Slide over the line a little bit. Maybe that'll help out. As Watson going to look to scramble. Here comes in Cashman, who whiffs. They get to the outside and chops out the legs from Watson. Amadi comes in, picks up the loose ball. We have a convoy out in front. Njoku will force us out down at the 2. Amadi not able to scoop and score. And no booth review comes in, so it was 100% a fumble. Turbin could possibly get his 2nd on the day. We forced down the line, and that was some tremendous strength from the right-hand side of this O-line. Wow, came out of my offensive line, did great. Well, the story of the day so far is offense, both good and bad. Because the defenses really haven't been great, even despite getting those turnovers, and maybe that's starting to change. Henderson gets the INT, and that was just a great play. Not a bad play by the offense. A great play by the fairly new addition, new signee from the last offseason. Now with 1:46 left before half, we have a chance to take a lead here. We're going to motion over Borghi. He'll take the jet sweep, had to cut in, and a good tackle in open field there from number 23. But I definitely think we need to look for a potential deep threat. We just don't have that on the team. We have some guys with some strength, some height, as Borghi headed down the sideline, and in tight coverage, still had a chance. So on 3rd and 6, we'll keep them spread. I want to look for the quarterback draw, try to find some space, and there really isn't any, and he puts the ball on the ground for the 3rd time in this game. But a booth review will come in, and I'm pretty sure he was down. But we'll take one more look at it. Right knee down. Yeah, so let's expedite this. We'll get the ball back. However, we do only get the ball back for a 4th and 6. So let's see if we could boot this one through. Dicker the kicker will put us up. Right down the middle we go. Now, will anything more chaotic happen before halftime? The score right now is a score that you would see at an end of a game. 24-21 as Watson looks to scramble. Here comes in Davis Gaither, who will whiff, but we will at least force the slide. Now with trips out to the right, one to the left, will be another pass attempt as they will somehow, Watson will somehow get that ball off before getting sacked. We had, I believe it was Dana, it was right in his face, but just didn't want to get the sack, I guess. Closest we've gotten to possibly getting a sack as Chubb breaks off a nice run. But the Browns' offensive line really helping out their offense today, opening up gaps in the rushing game and keeping the pass rush away from Watson. I mean, just absolutely nothing there as Johnson whiffs on the play. Mullen comes in. He can't even get the tackle, but Watson steps out. Just cannot touch anyone in the backfield right now. They're going to be well over the 250, probably even before halftime as they swing this one all the way out and maybe a gain of 1. Granted, that's if that play was even a catch. Might have counted as an incompletion. Watson 3 of 8 or 3 of 10 on the day. Shakatoni not going to get the sack. They get it out to Chubb, who's running downfield, shucks off a defender. And they're back in front. 13 seconds left before half. And let's see if we could try to get anything back here with the 13 seconds. We have brought out Jesus Baca. He's over on the right-hand side, though, so not a great matchup for us. Go across the middle here. Gonna find no one. Osborne drops it. Now, we did bring out Jesus Baca because he does have good release and has some speed. Hopefully, he'll find himself getting by someone as the hit late. Pops that ball up, and Baca can't catch it. That was an opportunity for a field goal. Instead, we have to take a shot down the field. Hopefully someone could get down there. We're going to send Campbell straight down the field. Just trying to find something here before half ends. Alton Campbell with the catch. Breaks away from one. Can't stay on his feet. We'll just pad the stats a little bit before half. Campbell gets a nice catch. But we go into halftime with an absolutely poor performance. And that's being polite for this defense. We could go ahead and take a look at the first half stats, and 154 rushing, 141 passing. They've had 3 takeaways. We've at least forced 2, so we're pretty neck and neck in that, but just a really bad game. How about the Giants? They're at least close. At least, I don't know if that's good or bad for us, but down 3-0 or 3-0 to the Falcons. The second matchup is Cowboys taking on the Buccaneers, and Cowboys losing. I'm good with that. 21-10. And lastly, do we have an Eagles? No. Okay, we're just going to take a look at the NFC North for fun. Vikings currently tied with the Bears going into halftime. As for our game, we'll be kicking off to start the second half. Hopefully some good second half adjustments were made because we're desperately going to need them. And they'll be starting out with a power formation. Going with a play action pass. Got to drop back into coverage. Thrown right at us. And Mullen with a interception. Both our new outside corners coming up big for us today. Now, news out of the locker room. James Cody a little shaken up. He will stay out there, but we're going to need to be cautious with him. He's dealing with a little bit of a elbow. Not really say injury, but something that's nagging at him a little bit, and it's on his non-throwing arm, so shouldn't affect his throwing, but just something we need to be a little bit more cautious about as he takes a hit immediately. And with that, Garrett in his X-Factor mode. Turbin, we need you to go on a wheel. We need someone getting downfield. Anyone going to get open? We got a little bit of a zig route to Brown, who will get a catch, but not much off of it, up at the 44. This would be a very long field goal for Dicker the kicker. 61 yards. He needs all the strength, all the accuracy. It's bending, and I think that one went wide. And actually, it goes through the upright. So, don't know how they would classify that in the NFL. But Dicker the kicker puts it literally through the upright, and we get nothing out of it. 28-24, as they will get their second offensive possession. Nice spin move there from Watson. We'll end up getting 4. Just completely forgot that the first play, I think, of the second half was the interception. Maybe it was first or second. Either way, it was a quick drive. As they go underneath, big hit there from Cashman. They hold on to it, close to the first, marked 3rd and 1. Now they do spread wide here, so I can't necessarily just say bring the house. Although we will try to get the push, but no. Their line is well dominant compared to our defensive line. And I'd say so far today that even goes for the passing game. Shaka Toney really hasn't been able to get back there. He's been locked down by their right tackle. No one else has got much of a pass rush at all, as they'll find an open space there in between the zone coverage, 18 all the way down to the 16. Our defense just struggling in this game, no matter what. They can't stop the run very well, although Cashman does do a pretty good job there. But Chubb already over 100 yards. Passing game has been very hit or miss. Not a great completion percentage for Watson, but they're getting chunk plays after chunk plays. Got bucked towards the middle, and Chubb just ripped the head off of Davis Gaither. And on top of that, gets him another first down. Goal line versus goal line. I feel like they would win it. They do get a decent push up front for us. Don't know if that was a tackle for a loss or not. If it was, that's what Gaither needs to get that dev boost. And Chubb is huffing and puffing for his 2nd and goal. They'll go right back to him, have space, shucks off Gaither once again. Gets 3. And on 3rd and goal, we'll go right back for it again. Another push up front and stop. Number 98 and 33. Mathis, and I couldn't tell you who 33 is. Melifonwu comes in, makes the play. And forget what I said about one more time. They're going for it here on 4th down. Let's try to scrunch as they go outside, and we will get the stop. Dana from the opposite side brings down Ford. Turnover on downs. Now can we just get this offense moving? That's been the problem today. And let's check to just a normal run. Borgie down the middle, facing the double A gap. Not going to get by that first round of players. The poor side of our offensive line is coming through in this game for sure. In all departments, passing and rushing. I mean, just in general. But luckily we do get Osborne here though for the first. Osborne has definitely been our savior more often than not this year, as we are continuing to let Baca get the start. We're trying to see if Brown can do something, because he has the better speed compared to Justin Ross, but neither one of them really get open much. And on 2nd and 6, Huntley going to check in for his first play here. He's not going to get the ball, though. Mostly just wanted to get James off to the sideline for a little bit of a breather as Osborne tries to stay close to the block to cut around quickly. Instead, he won't get many yards after the handoff. We'll head into the 4th quarter. This one close. And that was also the first quarter that didn't have any points scored. And to start the new quarter, Cody back out there. See, maybe Hales going on the out route looks nice, although they cover that pretty well. Gonna have to scramble. We have the open receiver. There's Brown. Get a block from Osborne. No, but he will get all the way down to the 34. That was his first big play for us this year. We're only 3 games in, so I don't want to be too quick on making a decision on some of these guys, but at some point, and finally a flag, but I swear if they're gonna call that on us and not the late hit. There's just no helping Cody here. Refs do not care about his health or anything. Let's set up a receiver screen here, try to get something. Fortunately, the blocks don't hold for very long, and it's just 2 yards. So on 3rd and long, we need to at least get to about, I'd say 35, just to be more comfortable here with a field goal attempt. Gonna have Osborne, but again, right tackle is not blocking long enough. We have max 1.5 seconds to get the ball out. And now it's going to come down to the defense. They're going to need to make another big play to let our offense get back into this. Shaka Toney not even going to get close to getting the sack there, because that was an immediate catch and throw. They also get a first down off of. Can we get back there on this first down, though? They get a handoff down the middle. Shaka Toney finally there for a tackle in the backfield. Be a loss of 3. If we could get him heating up, might help us out. I feel like this defense goes how Shaka goes, and if he's not getting involved, it's going to be very difficult for us to get anything else going. Although I do have to say we've done a pretty good job of getting some turnovers today. We might need one more here. 3rd and 7, they got a bunch to the right-hand side. Just kidding, though. They're going to make a audible or flip the play. No, just complete audible. Now trips to the left. One receiver to the right. Shakatoni not going to get close, and Njoku will have the first. We do not want to allow them to get to the point where they could just keep handing it to Chubb and have to rely on us getting a stop in a 3-down situation, as Cashman, with the blitz, will get the sack. Will be a 6-yard loss, 2nd and 16. As will be another pass, sit across the middle, and again, we're not tight enough on these. We got to be contesting some of these catches. And 3rd and 3, this is Chubb's time to shine, and he gets swallowed up. Big play in the backfield, big number 93, Tristan Hill. And that might have been the biggest play of the day, as we have just over 3 minutes left to try to get a touchdown and grab a lead. Offense has not worked very well since that 2nd quarter where we put 24 on the board. But there's no time left to not get something working. So it's now or never here for this squad. Gonna have to roll out, and why not run with James Cody? Have the space, slide down, avoid any hits. And we'll bring out Hales here. Some fresh legs. Technically have the RPO drawn up, and yeah, actually let's go out there. We have no lead blocker because the 2 receivers go to the inside 2 corners when I prefer they would have stuck with the outside. Still though, 9 yards on 1st down isn't awful as we hit the 2-minute warning. Field goal does not help us. We need a touchdown. We have all 3 timeouts to help us do just that. Hales will get the 1st down, not by much. Let's call some hurry up then. Get back to the line as quickly as we can. Osborne all the way on the outside, but let's dump this one off instead. Get the catch a few yards, and Jesus Baca steps out. And trying to just see if he could get by some people, but Brown's playing off coverage, so the release isn't going to help us, and that's one of his better ratings. Loft this one to the outside. Osborne! Again, that connection, that's got to be, they've had to have been working on that since the draft. But don't want to focus too much on the passing because you never know what's going to happen. So let's go back to the run. We have some time. Borgie with some space down the middle. A lot of space. A 1st down rush of 11 yards. Just need to keep an eye on that clock. See what we do here. Keep the ball. We have some good blocking. A juke. And we hold on to the ball. Okay, thank God. Ran out of time there to slide down. And Hart definitely skipped a beat. Now can we get a pass to the outside? Brown with a tremendous catch. Not a touchdown, but down to the 3. And now we can send out the big boys. Turbin looking for another touchdown. We get a great push up front, and we run through the defender, putting us on top. Need to take at least the extra point here. Be the safer choice. Make it a 3-point game. Field goal would just tie. And now we just have to hope our defense can get the stops we need. Browns do have all 3 timeouts, and they've been able to move the ball pretty well with chunk plays, especially Amari Cooper today. He's made some big ones. They need to get to about the 35 for the field goal attempt. Let's make a quick change of play call here, and it never does well tracking receivers if you're in man coverage and they make an audible. So we'll check to a zone, and they'll make another change. Do we want to make a change ourselves? Stick with this one. Got trips to the right-hand side after they finally settle on their play call. Watson going to look to scramble. Cashman coming up. Will slide down. Timeout called. Up to the 38, but they need to get to the other 35. 2nd and 5. We send the blitz. They pick it up really well. Njoku has the space. We need the tackle, but that is in field goal range. Come on, defense. We need a big play here from you. A sack. Interception, forced fumble, or just don't let them score. Either or. They hand it off Chubb, who get a solid run. Do they let the clock run and then call the timeout with about 5 seconds left, setting up the field goal to tie. Actually make that 7 seconds left. Burns, if you want to get back here, no. Game tied, 31-31. Well, unless a miracle happens here with 4 seconds on the clock, it will be overtime. Does anyone get open? No, we took that one out late. It's going to get picked off. We just need to get the tackle. Just need to get the tackle. Murphy forces him out. An interception there at the end. A heart attack for the Commanders fans, but it will be overtime. The late hit popped that ball up. Tried to go downfield to Fox. Just could not step into the throw. And instead, overtime we go. Do we win? We do. Let's receive and try to walk this game off. Now Cody has just gotten beaten up today, so let's go back to what has worked for us. Lead a little bit more on the run here. Turbin checks in. He's had a really good rush earlier. He's had 3 touchdowns today, by the way. A very quiet hat trick for Turbin, as he's just capitalized off of some great plays, despite, not trying to dilute his gigantic run he had earlier, but all the other touchdowns typically come after someone else has moved the ball down to what, the 2, the 3? But a touchdown is a touchdown no matter how you get it. Let's dump this one off. Baca not gonna get by 36. Nice open field tackle. And we have brought in some of the other receivers. Obviously Baca and Osborne still out there. Melton out there, and Manny Fox making an appearance. See if he could utilize that speed to help us get down the field, as that one overthrown for Baca. Leaves us with a 3rd and 1. We're going to stick with that same formation. Borghi in the backfield. Hand this one off, and that is close, and they mark it 4th and inches. But we've been carrying a fullback on this team, and it's about time he gets a carry. Bodden on 4th and inches will convert, keeping this drive alive, getting the ball to the 45. And with that fresh set of downs, come out with a bunch to one side. A draw, or not a draw, but a... why can I not think of the term? Drag. There we go. Behind the other drag, Osborne gets the first down. And with that, let's try to go with a quick sprint out pass. Actually toss this one back towards the inside. Manny Fox with the grab. I was hoping to go deep there, but they covered the deep routes, left the underneath wide open. And on 2nd and 3 at the 23. About a little play action, send some other guys deep. Who's going to get open? No one. Will throw away. But we'll stick with that same look. They bring down one of their safeties. We're going to go with a run. Borghi, with a little bit of a gap, we'll get the first down, keeping this thing going. And on top of that, we've also pretty much drained the overtime clock. About a minute and a half left. Going to try to roll out. We have some space here. Throw it late. Jesus Baca rolling over Ward, and we will walk this one off. It was not pretty by any means, but we get the job done. Cody with a questionable late throw. Couldn't tell who that corner was, but he came crashing down. Thought he was going to run and just barely gets that ball far enough away for Jesus Baca to get the catch and to put a stamper on this game. And with that win, we will stay top of our division. We had 300 passing yards, almost 200 rushing yards, so we did better in yardage, but we really need to clean things up. We need to keep Cody up. We need to keep him from taking so many hits. You just look at him. He looks a little rough. However, despite the win, we did not get the performance we were needing from Davis Gaithers to get that development boost. But we are atop of the division for the first time, I think, ever in this series. 3-0, right in front of the Cowboys, 2-1. Looks like the next closest game to when we actually face a divisional rival will be in Week 6 against the Eagles. We'll be playing against the Texans Week 5 that we traded the 2nd overall pick to pick up James Cody. But next episode will be against the 1-2 Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow, he's doing really well in terms of developing up to a 96. He has an 87 offense, 84 defense, 85 team. They just started off a little slow. Hopefully we could have a much better start next episode than we did in this one. We faced a lot of good quarterbacks so far to start this season, and we at least are ending on the better end, despite the games not being very smooth. But all that hopefully will come together as the season moves along. I will keep an eye out on potential receivers to bring in, as well as a strong safety, and maybe even some linebackers. Those are kind of the 3 positions I'm keeping an eye on as we move along, just to see if anyone crops up that I think might be better for us in the long run. But this is where we'll end this episode. Obviously, only one game per episode, unlike the state-only challenge, which you do not want to miss this week. We are in the playoffs. Spoiler alert if you haven't, or if you've missed the last couple of the Northeast states only challenge. So make sure you're tuning into that on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Tomorrow, Tuesday, and Friday, we have the FIFA My Player Career, so make sure you're also tuning into that. We got 6 videos every single week, with this one also coming out Monday and Thursday. So 6 videos every single week. Subscribe, bear icon on the bottom right, or scroll down and tap the subscription button next to that bell icon so that you're notified when these videos also go live. Need to improve the offense a little bit, keep James Cody healthy, improve those 3 positions that I just referred to. We'll see if we can do that to start the next episode. I'll keep an eye. If I bring in anyone new, you'll know. So until next time, we'll see you guys later. Bye.